Namaste. Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome. It's lovely to be back after a very busy December and early January. I did so many videos. I needed a break. And there are a few that I uploaded, put a lot of energy into the tarot tip videos, which was a summary of a couple of years of one of the features from my Advent calendar. So I hope you have enjoyed those rather long videos. What is coming up for 2025 will be organized by theme. And I'm going to be starting with Rider-Waite-Smith decks and current available variations. And then by month, I will be evolving the theme. Likely following that will be Waite-Smith inspired decks. And I have a few other things to share with you on my table here this evening. But I need to have, I've learned over the years that a schedule as well as a format is really helpful for me. And so I have been humming and hawing about what to do this and how to approach 2025. And so I have decided that I will pre record some deck comparisons and upload those for you to have a look at. And then on the weekends, we can have a chat. And during that time, I'm also going to bring a format to the live chat like I did during my Advent calendar. I would like to do a reading. I'd like to do to talk about cards. I'd like to answer questions. And so how that is exactly going to look, I'm not sure, but that will be starting on Saturday this week, and I will let that evolve as it needs to evolve. If you're new to this channel, hello, my name is Sadhana. I've been reading for a long time, and this is such a pleasure to carry on with this channel, to teach, to share, to reflect, to answer questions, just to be here. I love the tarot, working with the tarot. It's been such a wonderful tool for my own healing, my own journey, as well as working with clients. So that's one thing. There will be the deck um, themes for each month, both pre recorded and live discussion. Then I'm going to do a deep dive series, and I will carry on with this. I've been doing this for years, and I am starting 2025 with an Arthurian series. I have two Arthurian decks in my tarot library, and one of them is out of print. This is the one, Legend, the Arthurian, by Anna Marie Ferguson. I've wanted to do a deep dive with this deck for a long time. It is not so much the artwork that has drawn me into this particular deck, but it is the Arthurian tales themselves. Because this deck is out of print, I must use other decks as well. And I do have Claire Duval's deck, as I've had it for about 6 months. And so I will be pulling in cards from this deck as well. And what I'm planning on doing is starting with the Fool card in Legend the Arthurian Tarot, which is Percival, and where this deck, as well as the Arthurian Tarot by Kathleen and John Matthews, fits in with this, for example, the story of Percival. I'm going to compare and contrast cards and ask questions like, does the legend or does the energy or the stories of Percival fit here with the Fool card, or does it fit better as a Knight of Cups or something like that? So I will do my best to bring together the stories from 3 Arthurian decks, and I don't have the other one yet. I've just ordered it. But I thought it important to have a deck that is presently available so you can study along with me. And so this is going to be a deep dive and it will be public. And I will be pre-recording these weekly. Then on Saturday, I will have a little section where where I will ask a question and have a short discussion about the present deep dive. Now, this theme of story is really interesting to me. And I would like to, once we get through the Arthurian decks, to use other decks that evoke story and mythology. And it's one of my big questions with the tarot is that, are these really tarot decks? Do they do a good job of presenting the archetypes of the tarot? Does the energy of the elements and the suits and the planets and all of this information, does it work? And so I have a few other decks that I would like to bring forth and to have a closer look at. You have asked me for many deck deep dives. One of them is to look at Mel Maline's Tabula Mundi tarot. I so want to do this, and whether this is part of a monthly theme where I compare and contrast Thoth inspired decks, or I do this as a deep dive as a separate presentation, is yet to be seen. But I will spend a great deal of time with this deck. Also, you have asked that I don't abandon 2024's Marseille year, and I will not. I will incorporate, for sure, we'll have a Marseille 4 weeks, 6 weeks. I will do that. And I'm also thinking about doing a Marseille Monday. I would like to do readings. So last year was all about discovering the decks and the nuances, the subtleties, looking at the reproductions from various countries and various centuries, and finding the ones that really resonate with me. And it was such a pleasure. Spent the whole year looking at these decks. And so now what I would like to do is read with them and find a time where I can feature readings from these decks. And I think that will be a separate thing. I do, as a theme, for sure want to have contemporary Marseille variations that where I can talk about how I might read a little differently with a contemporary Marseille as opposed, and I don't mean a reproduction, I mean one that has perhaps animals on it or cute little creatures, things like that. So I do want to have a deeper discussion. So there is so much that is planned for 2025, and I just want you to know I'm back. I will also have, from time to time, I will introduce new decks to my library. This is one that I received yesterday. I Am the Artist by Saki Saki. I am so impressed with the book that came with this. I saw this deck on a live readings on TarotTube, and there was something about the deck that really captured me. And without too much research, I decided to purchase it. So I'm looking forward to finishing that book, and then I will do a walkthrough and a commentary review of that deck. For many years, I have not been on a buying spree, so you haven't seen a lot of new decks in this channel. And I know that is a turnoff for some people, but I really want to do my enormous library service and use the decks that I have. And that is a great number. So you will see many of them. You have requested collage decks, and the Ritual Tarot is a deck that I hardly have worked with. And so I will be spending a month or more with the Ritual Tarot, and likely the Voyager and I have many collage decks, so we'll be spending some time with that as well too, and having discussions about the nature of collage decks. Sadhana is back, and I look forward to your comments, your questions, your requests, and just chatting with you when I get back to my live weekly readings. Thank you so much for supporting my channel, and I'll see you soon. Take good care. Namaste.